G'day gents, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Forged Worlds. Today we begin with me making a few decorative additions to our port, and the removal of some of our old tents from episode 2. Now, while we watch me decorating, I'm going to take time to go over what we have and what we need to do. So, firstly, we've established production facilities for wood, stone, food, and emeralds, all alongside having housing and job facilities for all of our currently existing colonists. This is very solid as the colony is now able to sustain itself with me micromanaging. However, surviving is very different to thriving. As I said, I micromanage a lot. So in order for us to move to that heightened state of civilization, moving on from the basic necessities, we are going to need a few things done by the colony builder alongside some things that I need to do myself. So firstly, I need to upgrade the builder's hut and the local tavern, so that way we can get more beds and more housing for our currently existing colonists. This can't be done until the builder's hut is 2nd level, because it's either upgrade the builder's hut, then the tavern, or build a new tavern or house. I'm just going to upgrade. After that, we'll be able to either recruit a new colonist or just wait for a child to be born. Either or, it works. The next thing that we will do, which will be my personal project for the episode, is I want to work on the vanilla villages aspect of our colony. You see, last episode, we made a leatherworker to produce armor for myself and also the colony's guard. So, at the moment, I've got him in a tent. That's not suitable. We need to have him in his own house, with a proper area for him to do his work. And I'm going to try, as a little bit of a side goal, to get myself a saddle and a horse. However, because of the fact that I need a lot of emeralds, which, although I produce, I'm not sure if I'd have it done by the time that everything else is finished, given the fact that my attention will be split. So, without further ado, let's actually get started into the proper episode. Alrighty, so with our goals set up, I've ourselves some lovely resources here. And something that I want to try out with this build, I'm going to stick it over here, is I saw in one of Korean's Hermitcraft videos, with the build that he had done, where he had oak logs and stripped spruces. They've kind of got a similar colour, but different texture. And I think that'll be a good way to kind of differentiate it between all of the other builds, that way we're not just doing the same thing over and over. But yeah, no, the other big thing that I wanted to try out, which I just realised I did not collect at all, is I want to get myself a little bit of mud. I think I've got a little bit of wheat in here, because that's another brown that we can use. Whereabouts could it be? Here. Brilliant. We have a bottle on me. Brilliant. Just only want one, doesn't really matter. Just kind of focus pocus some of those. We'll make ourselves little bits and bobs. Whereabouts did I put one of these? Even after I do. Brilliant. Yep, so just I think I only need 6. I think that's all I need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. We'll just lurk this up. It's just mud and wheat, isn't it? Yes, and we've got packed mud. And then just going to put it. Oh, I put my stone cutter over here. That's where it went. So just go to here. Of course, I think I need to do that first, yeah. And then I can get the mud, but I think I only need 4, so that works for me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the spruce logs here, and I'm going to go there, 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 there. So I want to build it like such. So I want this to kind of be the bedroom sort of thing. And we're going to put mud walls like so. I'll change up how this goes as we kind of build it and do the more decorative bits. I also want to take some cobble. We're just going to move the stone cutter from right here to over there. Just so that way we've got it on full. So up, and we'll just start off with 3 stone stairs. So, like such. I think that's good. The next big thing that I want to do is I want to get myself we'll take some spruce planks for it. I am not describing myself very well. I want to get spruce fences. I currently need this much at the moment. Take this, and we'll top this off with one of these. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we then raise this up a little bit, and then right here is where we're going to stick the cauldron and the workstation for where the leather worker is going to be working. Similar to that one there, except I'm going to have it more attached to the building rather than it being kind of like a separate attachment. Like, these two look like they go together, but this one I want it to actually be attached. That's the idea about it. So we're going to also go and grab a glass. I want to turn it into glass panes. Such. Lovely. And we'll just place it like so. Okay, yeah. Now, we'll just use these, and we'll just raise this up a little bit. And then we can decorate it by also using the oak logs in a second. But I don't intend to go too big with this one. This one's going to be a bit more like a smaller house, because this is a smaller area to work with. And I don't want everything to be big like that. And that one there, I think, has a little bit of a trouble with detailing. That's something like, I think going smaller kind of forces details to pop out more. Each block matters more. Whereas with that one, I think I went too big for my current skill level, or at least what I can do. So I think doing this... Oh, I don't want that. I want to have more stairs there. That's my thought process. I think it's a standard thing, but I like it. So, we don't need those anymore. Build up like so. One thing that I didn't actually think about yet is how I'm going to do the roof. So I think that's going to have to be something that I ruminate on. But we're going to raise this up, and we'll then focus on the inside. That's what I reckon. But that's kind of the thought process behind this one. We're just doing that while that gets upgraded over there. Now, the big question is, do I want to go with a stone stair here as well? I mean, it's just such an easy decorative bit. Hello there, turtle. Because it's kind of similar to that one, but this one, again, it's just more condensed. Well, some trapdoors would go lovely there as well, actually. So I'll do that. For this. Lovely. And flip it up. Yeah. See? Like, it's just, like, the smaller details. I think that's much worth. Yeah, we'll move on. I'll kind of knock out the small little bits and raise this up a couple extra blocks. And knock out that last little bit of detailing. So I'll catch you in a second. And there we go. Yeah, so this is what I was kind of talking about when I was, saying about building it upwards a bit. So I think I carried it like 3 blocks for the flat, and then I raised up a little bit extra for the roof. And this is kind of how it looks like, mixing in the oak wood with the strip spruce. I think it looks really nice. I think it works better for a pillar, but for this build in particular, I think it works. Just makes it feel less flat. But yeah, so it was going to be either that or I use spruce planks, and this just seems more natural. So, once again, for the workstation, I did what I did with the Fletcher, except I did it smaller, and it looks like it's part of the build. And something that I kind of decided to do a similar thing for the there. something that I wanted to have it be like is I wanted to kind of be like this house was one of the more hastily built ones. Something that was kind of slapped together, which I think works, especially for like the shopping districty area. Like it's not always going to be luxurious housing, because that's something that's going to happen more when I build the residential stuff that way. And also, I think it just works well. So, I have a couple of ideas of things I could do. Something that I was kind of looking at when going through the stuff is like the tablecloths and tables and such. So if we go here into the pondering section, we can just display items, and I think having displayed items for here and also over there, for like what the villagers are selling, so the leather worker it'd be armor and saddles, for the Fletcher it'd be arrows and bows, and for, you know, our chefy boy here, the butcher, he'll sell a couple of meats. I think it'll just add a little bit more to the immersion and, you know, have a little bit more to it. So that's definitely something that I'm going to look into establishing in a bit. I haven't really touched it just yet. I mean, hell, I'm still working on fundamentals setup. But I think that's a very good, stepping point. Now, while I was doing that, because I also had to collect materials and I've been doing micromanaging as well, the builder's hut has leveled up. So as you can see, we've got glass, and it's just a little bit more decorated in here. It has a second floor. Oh, it's fancy. So I've also begun work on. Well, I've begun work. I gave the builder materials and told her to upgrade the tavern. And look at this. It's already so much more detailed. And once it's done, we're going to have more colonists be able to be bred, essentially. We need a better population growth, and we can't do that unless we have more housing, and that's what this will do. Which means that now I have to turn my attention to the port. This is a project that I've been working on over the past couple episodes. I mean, hell, you saw me doing a little bit of work on it this episode. Something that I showed off is me testing out that there. What I want to do is, for all of the boardwalk accessible areas, so honestly not much more, I want to have the stone bricks just laying through it. That's the goal. I'll do that while the tavern is being constructed. So, let's just go into a little bit of a montage. I also need to find out something to do with these stairs, because I've got no damn clue what I'm going to do with them. I want it to lead into the pathway, but I don't know what the pathway is going to be, so I'm in a bit of a conundrum there. So, let's get started on that. Over here for it. I am a little bit of a half-wit sometimes. Okay, yes, so just did a little bit of decorating, and the tavern has been upgraded. However, the reason why I... Oh, goodness me, sir. You're a guest here. However, despite the fact that the tavern's been up, it's actually not solved the issue which caused me to upgrade the tavern to begin with. As the amount of beds and amount of people that the tavern can hold has not improved. It's really only done aesthetics, which kind of sucks for me because I need at least one more colonist to run my restaurant. However, I think I found a workaround. So, normally, my immediate thought was, well, after finding out that the tavern didn't upgrade was great. I'm gonna have to either build another tavern or get started on my residential district, which kind of wants to save that until I've got a little bit more set up here. I want this area to at least be somewhat finished. Like, have my town hall and a pathway and all that. But... And this almost made me have to get started on it early just to be able to make my colony work. However, I found a workaround, and it's with the guard tower. As I have 5 colonists, ignoring all these visitors, I've got 5 people in my colony, 4 of which use this tavern as their home. However, there's a 5th one, my druid over there, who's currently taking a nap. For whatever reason, I think this is just a gameplay feature, but his guard tower effectively works as his home. And I needed to place this down anyway, because, as part of my senses from earlier in the episode, people don't feel safe at their home. I need to place another guard tower over by there as well, like, other than just there. Probably not the one guard tower that I have doesn't really save everyone around it. But I think having a guard tower here is what I should do. So, let's go ahead, grab my build tool, military guard tower, and what I'm thinking is, let's push it back a little bit, that, see how does it look at 5th level, yeah, there we go, look at that. I'll move another block this way, do 2. So I want there to be a bit of like an alleyway sort of thing, so that way, this can kind of lead into that a little bit. Just so things kind of just work. I like that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to select that. At level 1, this thing should be a quick build, because I remember that being easy. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the woman who's working that lodge over there. She's going to be the new guard. And thanks to our extra leather worker and that little hut there, we can supply her with gear, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. Build options, build building. There we go. And that means that we're also going to be able to get a new villager, a new colonist, sorry. And a new colonist means that we are going to be able to build a restaurant, meaning we can now finally feed our colonists properly, rather than just having to hand feed them ourselves. So that is an absolutely amazing thing to get started on. I'm going to have to start by just allocating some resources to the build, and I also want to allocate some resources to the mine, as our miner needs a bunch of slabs, I believe, was the last thing that I needed. So I need ladders, fences, logs, and slabs. That is... I think I've got most of those resources now. Just have a look. Planks, some slabs, fences, some logs, and I can just craft the ladders in there. Yeah. See, like, this is such a quick and easy one, and to think I upgraded the tavern for no goddamn reason. We'll just... There we go. Actually, wait, what's this? A broomstick. Don't know what that's for. But we'll sort that out. There we go. Just supply what I can. How many more slabs do I need? 25. Like that. There we go. Slabs, and I'll just go to see if I can get some wood from the lodger, the guy who'll keep his job. Let's duck on over. Oh, are you just hungry, mate? Is that it? I hope that's it.
If you say so.
No, you've got influenza. Alright, well, thankfully I've got potatoes and carrots. I need to start growing things proper, though. Let's see. Oh, yeah. See, look at that. Look at all this wood. And really, like, it's just two regular trees and one mega spruce tree, and, like, the one logger is just working on that. Like, that is a stupid amount of work that he is just putting in for us. See if Kitten will give us something. I still need to come up with a name for the cat. Or I'll find something. But yes, alright. Bunch of logs. We'll just dump this off. I think that's all I need. Required resources. There we go. All set up. And I need a potato and a carrot. One extra potato, and I think I've got a carrot in here. Yeah. Start growing them again. I swear I had a potato growing there. That's where it was. Goodness me. Alright. Whatever. I'll sort it out later. I can just grow them with extra bits.
Great to see you.
Should also get myself a hospital sorted. There we go. Fill yourself up. And what do I think I should do now? Oh yeah.
Okay.
I need a pickaxe as well. Okay, I'll just give you that. I swear she needed slabs. Did I already give them to her? I think I did. Well, you know what? I'm going to go off and continue with the decoration. I want to do a little bit of the stone bits now. So I'll just do that while we wait for the guard tower to be built. And we can start getting to work on setting up the... whatchamacallit? The restaurant, yes. Right. So we'll get started on that. Dokely. We have finished the decoration down there, at least for what it's to a point that I'm happy with. And don't worry, I did fill in that last little gap. While I was filling in that last little gap, we managed to get ourselves Malachi. And I also managed to get a diamond from our cat, as with the... I don't like better cats, like, drops mod. As you saw in episode 1, my cat can give me much better items, and as a very rare spawn rate, she can give me a diamond, which I managed to get. Which I'm going to actually save the use for that until next episode, because it's not going to be what you expect. However, the thing that I care about most at the moment is going to actually be what Malachi is going to do. So what I've got here is a restaurant, and I want to stick that down so our villagers colonists, can actually bloody eat. So I want to see fundamentals, infrastructure, nope. Craftsmanship? No. Is it in luxury? It is not. It's not in decorations. Oh, yeah, it is in fundamentals. There we go. So let's have a look. It most certainly clips into... Yeah, I can't have it there. Damn. Alright. So we're gonna have to find a spot where I can slot this. And what I might do, actually, is put it behind here. I'm thinking here-ish. So fundamentals, restaurant. Have a look. So if I push this back a tad more, maybe to the side a bit. Just trying to think. So maybe I could have the alleyway kind of lead into it a little bit. Because I need to plan this out a little bit better. So I want a major road that goes from down here, perhaps from past... In between these two, I have a road that leads upward into residential. I have multiple. Oh no, I could just have this be a major road. So major road up here. How do I want to go about with this? Let's go max level, because that'll give me a much more obvious door. Oh. Yep. Enemy here. It's been a while since I've seen him. I've been doing a good job at keeping the area lit up through the sun. There we go. Alrighty, so I think that's the door there. Is it? Whereabouts is the door? That's the door. Okay, so I want it that way. Give me... Yeah, I think that's it. Spectacular. Okay. So this is where I want to put it, I think. Oh, I clip very much into... I don't want to clip into it too much, so I need to go a couple more that way. Okay. What am I thinking as well? I might lower it by one as well. Yeah, I think that'll do. I'm like, oh, black spot there, but we'll click that in. Alrighty. That's good. And build options, so we need... Oh, that's a lot of red wool. That's really the only thing I'm going to have any trouble with. Everything else I probably have the stuff for right now. Even the wool, like even the white wool. So yeah, we'll build the building. There we go. We'll drop these bits off. And we will soon have a lovely little lad with me. Another diamond would be good, thank you. 2 in a row. Got me a rabbit hide. Lovely. Yes. Right. Let's drop there. There. And now I need... Well, I'm gonna need so much. Got even more in here, I think. Yeah, another whole stack. Yeah, I think I'm set on the wool front, but I need the red dye, which I very much do not have. It's not pink. Oh, it's becoming winter as well. Good time for me to be relying on a villager as well. Yep, started work on the restaurant. So she's going to be clearing out the area first, using the shovel. So let's just go into here, provide resources. So 31 oak pressure plates. I did not catch that. I'll have to chop down my own trees for it. Grab the spruce wood. Store these bits here. I actually have enough oak wood for it. Let's get to it. Oh no. Go, 32. That bunch of fences. It's fine, I'll just go that. Three stacks, that should most certainly be enough. Just need a couple of iron bits for the racks, then cobblestone and gravel. I believe I should have all the bits. No rack, and oh, I've already got cobble stairs. Do I have any cobble walls lying around? Oh, I have extra stone there. Apparently not. Got this on me, and I think I should have some cobble in that chest right there. Oof, not much. I think I actually might need to go and mine a little bit first. And it's snowing. Well, that's something I need gravel too. I don't really get snow that often here. I mean, it really only happens during winter, but this is a good opportunity for snowballs if I need it. I don't got any. I'll just head on over this way or something. Yeah, here's some gravel. you go. That's most certainly enough gravel. I get fortune on a shovel. That'd be a good way to get flint, for emeralds. Like, I need more emeralds, but you know what? It's an option. And then I need to go and grab some stone. Let's grab from one of the caves over here. There's also gravel in there too. What about that? See. And back down into here. I'm probably gonna need to make some shovels too. It's another thing. Cobblestone stairs, gravel. I need torches, but I cannot get out. I need furnace. That. And I need walls. How many walls do I need? 3 walls. There we go. Up. 2 racks. I need to get more iron nuggets. There we go. Here. Up. Like so. Grab our build tool. 4 racks. Provide resources. And now all I need to do is go and grab some coal. In this one, I believe. There's a little bit in there. What do I need? Is that enough coal that I'll need? Probably. As well, make a couple extras because I'm going to need them at some point. So I don't have any extra just flat coal lying around. Unprocessed, I mean. I've got a stack here. There we go. And the rest is just red wool. And I'll have to do that on my own time. Yeah, no, like, that's pretty much how it goes, like, when it... I think this is a good example of, like, how it goes, like, with the little micromanagey bits that I have to do for this mod. And it's kind... And as time will progress, right, like, I'm going to need to get myself a courier that will make... And, like, various production things. So, with the... As I progress, right, and I get more colonists and more things, it's going to make tasks like that, like the currying between that and there, you know, for the builder to have immediate resources, that'll be automated by somebody else, by colonists, alongside, you know, the production of various things. So the restaurant, all the food that I will be producing, I'm out to supply it manually. But if I get, but they'll make all of then all of the colonists will be able to eat there without me needing to feed them myself. Then, as I progress further, so let's say I get a farmer who makes food, I then get a courier. The courier then takes the food from the farmer over to the restaurant. That's how that kind of goes. And then colonists go and eat there, so it's automated. That's kind of the premise. So as I kind of progress onto things, the better things go. Well, it's kind of how progression works, isn't it? None of my workers are working at the moment because it's snowing. But I like this. The snow really fits the build style that we've got here. But yeah, so... Oh yeah, the guards are still working. They're the ones who are still on the job. I think that's a really good kind of way of describing. As I progress, more jobs and roles will be filled, and the more things will be automated. So probably the next thing that I would want to do is probably a courier. Just so that way places like my mine and logger, they go straight into the warehouse and then can be sent directly to our lovely builder. It'll make my job slightly easier. The river's the only place with a little bit of rain. So let's have a again to here. How much more wood have I got? With that. I'm not absolutely cool. That. We're gonna double check what we've got in here as well. Inventory. Yeah, but a cobble. Take that out. Honestly, I should probably just take all of the resource bits out. She's gonna need cobble. B41. I think that'll be everything that I need from that. Oh, I should take the flint too. There's no need for having that one. I'll just drop it off. Alright, and I will catch you. I'll continue doing a little bit of decorative bits on the whatchamacallit, on the port. I will catch you when the restaurant's done. Inventory space again. Ah. Okay, the restaurant has been built. I am pushing all of the wrong buttons. Let's take a look at this. We have Malachi here working the restaurant. Now, how it works is it's a little bit funky, but essentially I choose what I want to have made. So let's say, for example, lamb stew. Like, let's just go into here and type in stew. It is from Mine Colonies. And if I supply all of these items to our lovely chef right here. You are a chef, aren't you? Surely you are. You work in the restaurant. No, you are a cook. Okay. Nevertheless, point being is that anything that the cook can produce can be done in here. So we go in here and we select what can be made. So we scroll down here and I think there's a certain level as to what he can cook. So I think it's like the big breakfast is one that he can cook. Yeah. And what I do is I supply the ingredients and fuel to cook all the food, or the food directly, and my citizens can come up here and just eat the food. This automates the feeding process, so I don't need to worry too much about it. But the big thing that I have to worry about now is actually supplying the restaurant with food and ingredients. I can supply it with rabbit stew just fine, and I will implement like the cooked chicken and cooked pork that my butcher over there can produce. However, that is reliant on my emerald flow, and I want to, actually divert some of the funds into more leather armor so that way I can get a saddle. However, that's really not going to be applicable at this very moment, particularly due to the fact that I need to get, yes, even more colonists to be able to operate the second lodging station. That way I can get more wood. My goodness, is it expensive to run these things? But with that, I'm actually quite pleased with today's progress. We have a bunch of new buildings established. We've got everyone housed. Got a new colonist. I think that's 6 people in our colony now. 2 guards, a chef, lodger. What else do we need? Chef, builder, and is that it? Oh yeah, and a miner who is constantly producing stone and resources. This is all incredibly good. Alongside that, we also did a little bit of decorative bits, particularly for the port. Now, what do we need to do for next episode? Well, I think next episode, we are going to have to find a way to produce more emeralds, I reckon. Alongside also, I think next episode should be primarily focused on kind of fixing bits like this. This and food. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and we'll have to do another census for what we need for colonists to be happier. And that's what our lovely builder can get to work. Until then, this has been Forge Worlds. Have a good day, and take